Welcome to another episode of Triple Take. I am Jaden Wilson.
I am Jacarrion Moore.
And today we will be interviewing two successful programs that we have at the school, at UW, the baseball and the softball team. We'll be asking two players from each team their retrospect on how HBCU is trending, softball and baseball. I feel like we have a good episode in store for y'all today, so let's get to it.
Come join me, work out in the wilderness and everything here.
Perfect place to be, man. Take a little time out your day, come get right, get a little pumping.
You gotta have a turf so you can do your conditioning, push the weights. You also have the treadmill where you can get your conditioning, dumbbells, leg press, all types of machines out here you can get to work in.
Come join us, E-Dub.
Welcome to another episode of Triple Take. Today we have and today I'm gonna be asking you 4 questions about HBCU baseball. So the first question is, how have historically black college universities had been improving their baseball programs?
I've seen that they've been improving a lot of their programs. I've seen more HBCU teams and more people joining HBCU teams. For a good example would be me. I go from with the league on, so playing HBCU. I feel great out here. I've seen them improvement in teams, so it's good.
Okay. Second question is, what role has recruitment from Major League Baseball scouts played in growing an HBCU baseball team?
And well, they do help. They do help you during your growing those abilities and just improving. They do help you because they know the next level of competitiveness. So they for sure they do help you come up once you get here in college and stuff.
Okay. Third question is, how are HBCU baseball teams navigating financial challenges compared to the D1 program?
Well, I'm not really sure about that, but I do know a little bit. D1s, I guess it's just more competitiveness, more people, more bigger schools, I guess. So I guess, they put more money into it, but I've seen a lot of improvement here, especially in this type of schools lately. So
okay,
it's been great. It's been great. I know that it's just gonna get better.
Okay, so the last question is, what impact has the success of HBCU baseball program had on increasing MLB to Major League?
So for me, the best players are black players and Latinos. So I feel like black players and Latinos are just going to take over the whole baseball program, overall and everywhere. That's just my opinion, but you see the numbers and stuff, and you see how black people are just so good at this game, football also, But that's what I got.
Well, that's it for my 4 questions for him, and then today we'll be moving on to our next guest.
Yes, sir.
All right, now on to our next guest. We are here with
Cheyenne Curry. I'm a 5th-year senior biology major.
All right, now we'll roll with our questions. First one, how has the level of competition in HBCU softball evolved over the past decade?
I'm not too sure over the past decade, but I do know on trend with the SEAC in the last 3 years, it has grown exponentially, and we're seeing that more so now than in years past. Because when I first joined the team here, a lot of the competition was very lower level, and we kind of eased our way through the conference. But now this year, we're seeing a lot more better recruits coming in. The competition's increasing, and so the conference is kind of on its head right now.
Next, what impact has increased media coverage and NIL deals had on HBCU softball programs?
I think just the overall recognition. HBCU softball is getting a lot of attention right now through the Black College Sports Network. I know Minority Prospects too works largely with us. There's the Pits and Push podcast as well that has gone out within our conference to cover the games and stuff like that. So that's been getting us a lot of attention. And just overall HBCU programs doing really well and showing out against some of these other PWI schools, getting more attention that way.
What challenges do HBCU softball programs face in recruiting top-tier talent compared to larger NCAA programs?
I would say overall, I think it comes down to like an administrative level and a funding level. I think where we lose out on some of the more top tier recruits is just facilities overall. When you're competing against these PWIs that have, you know, state of the art this, the nicer that, the glitz and the glam of it, I feel like that's where we mainly lose out. But in turn, it's kind of a blessing in disguise because the athletes that you do get that come here actually come here and they want to be here for their sport, for the team of Freedom University.
Last question. How are HBCU softball programs working to enhance facilities and resources to remain competitive in collegiate softball?
I know for our team personally, we try to get ourselves out in the community to increase donor and donations that funds money into the program, and so that we can improve our own facilities, kind of help ourselves first and not really rely on, you know, maybe government assistance or you know, just the funding that comes in through the university, creating our own funding through our own name and our own brand, and then hopefully one day we'll get bigger and get more sponsorships from bigger partnerships and stuff like that.
All right, that's it for this portion of the interview. We thank you for your time, and on to our next guest.
We're with another guest, which is
Maya.
and today we're going to be interviewing her for questions also. So, first question is, how are softball programs expanding with talent in HBCU without these previous
Our team particularly, it's like getting bigger. Like
Right.
we only had like 11, and now it's like it's getting bigger.
What are key challenges that HBCU softball teams face in terms of funding? Within, you could explain whether with our school or D2 programs also, other HBCUs that you know.
I know with our school, we don't even have our own field. We're at a community field, and it's hard to even get the grass cut. It's hard to get anything.
Next question is, how has the rise of HBCU softball players in professional leagues has impacted HBCU programs also? Well, I'm sorry, how has the rise of HBCU softball players affect professional players?
I don't get it.
It's like, don't worry about it. What initiatives are being taken to promote the diversity of HBCU softball teams?
I mean, our coach is recruiting, I guess, different races and stuff.
How do you? Okay. The last question is, how do you feel? How do you feel being a part of this sophomore team here at Edward Waters? It's your first year.
Yeah, I'm a sophomore. This is my second year.
How do you feel like has anything been changed since your last year, or is it still the same? Like, how do you feel about the sophomore program?
It hasn't changed. I mean, we lost a coach. That was it.
But still doing pretty good.
No.
Well, we're gonna hope that they do better, and we're cheering on for our softball team. And this is the end of our 4 questions. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So that wraps up our interviews for today. We had some pretty successful ones, some great insight on the future and how the current state of HBCU baseball and softball is, and especially more importantly at Edward Waters University, to see the insight, the ins and outs, and how the players actually feel about the programs. It actually gave us some great, detail and how it's viewed. So G, how you feel?
I totally agree. You know, with different insight from players who aren't African American to explain their side and their perspective on HBCU softball or baseball and how it's growing tremendously and just the sports worldwide. So I think I definitely learned some new stuff today, and I'm pretty sure you did too. That was pretty much it from my end.
Well, you've heard it here. You know, HBCU baseball and softball is trending upwards at a rapid pace. The current state of EWU baseball and softball is trending at a rapid pace. You know, they had some recent stretch of success, winning championships, and now that we're fully D2, they're looking to take over the whole division by storm. So be on the lookout. And that's all today for Triple Take. I'm Jaden Wilson.
I'm Jakarian Moore.
We'll see you next week.